In this video we're going to move FusionPBX from one physical piece of hardware to another. The machine on the left is called PBX and this will be our source machine, and the one on the right is called Fusion-Dest and will be the destination machine. Now, one of the first things you need to do is to get the FusionPBX up to date completely on the left. Once you've done that, go to the machine on the right and install FusionPBX as if it was a new machine. If we have a look on here, you'll see that there's FreeSwitch and everything running. I've just done a straight clean install. I haven't even logged into the GUI. I'm not interested in what the passwords are or anything. All I'm really using it for is to pull in all the binaries and dependencies that we need in order to run FusionPBX. So let's get started. Now there's a few folders we need to deal with, so we'll go first into the etc directory, and we want the FusionPBX and FreeSwitch directory, so we're going to tar them up. FreeSwitch, we'll call it -etc.tgz FreeSwitch, and now we will move that to root, and now we'll do exactly the same for FusionPBX. And we'll move that to root. Right, so that's us done in etc, and we've got our two files. Now what we need to do, if you're completely up to date, you don't necessarily need this next step if you haven't touched any files in the FusionPBX web directory, but for the sake of completeness we'll do it. So we cd into var ww and we tar up -zx zcvf fusion we'll call it -web.tgz FusionPBX, and this is going to pack up the web install, and now we'll move that as well to root. But again, no, you only need to do this if you've made any changes to the actual files, the source files themselves, var ww FusionPBX. So cd back, we should have our three files there now. Now what we want is var lib FreeSwitch. This is an important one. cd /var/lib, and this is going to take across this could be a big one depending upon your how long you've got your installation, because all the voicemails etc are kept in the storage directory, all the recordings in the recordings directory. The DB, don't worry about that, that's just your normal running DB for your normal FreeSwitch calls. It'll be tiny. The main one will probably be the bigger one if you've got it, is going to be the recordings. So again, we tar -zcvf FreeSwitch-lib.tgz FreeSwitch, and tar that up, and we'll move it. This is a new server, so it's got hardly anything in it. Move that to root. Now cd back, we've got another file there. Right, and the final one that we've got an interest in is usr/share, and again it's the FreeSwitch directory. Now I'm not going to take the whole FreeSwitch directory, I'm going to go one in here, and most people will be able to just take this. I'm just going to take the scripts directory. If you have got any modified sound files or anything like that, this is not your recordings uploads. This is if you've modded any sounds files, they will be in that sounds directory. But it's quite big. It's like 300-400 meg. So we're not going to take that. We'll just get the scripts directory. So we will tar up -z cvf script. We'll call it FreeSwitch scripts. Scripts.tgz scripts. And that's done. And now we'll move that to root with the others. So we've now got all the files that we need there. The one we do want now, we need the database dumping. So we SU into Postgres for this. And then we do a pg_dump FusionPBX, output that to /tmp/FusionPBX.sql, and we're putting in the TMP directory because we've SU'd up to Postgres, so we're running as the Postgres user, so we haven't got permissions to stick it in /root where we've put the others. But what we can do is put it in temp. It's writable. We'll just pull it from there as well. So if we do that now, that's us done on this machine. Now we can move over to the destination. I'll full screen this so we can see it better. Right, so we're on the destination machine now, and what we need to do is SCP them files from the other machine to here. So in my case it's 81.150.35.218 :root/start.tgz, and we put them here. And here they come. FreeSwitch, the FusionPBX directory is the biggest one, but that shouldn't take long anyway. And then in a minute we'll be untarring them to the locations that they're going to be put into. Excuse me. Right, that's got that done. So what we'll do on here, we'll stop FreeSwitch. So anything we're overwriting is not going to be relevant anyway. You shouldn't technically have to do this, I don't think. Right, so let's take them one at a time. So the etc directory for FreeSwitch. So what we'll do is we will remove /-fr/etc/FreeSwitch, and that's took the FreeSwitch directory. So now we'll untar it. FreeSwitch etc, and we'll use the -c flag to put it into etc. That should put it in there. Yeah, and it's there. We might as well do it at the same time. What we want to do now is change the permissions to www.data /etc/FreeSwitch. Let's put the permissions right on it as well. Now that's it. Right, next one is the lib. So we need to rm-fr/var lib FreeSwitch. That's gone. tar-zxvf FreeSwitch lib -c /var/lib, and that will put that there, and then we want to chown that up. /var/lib/FreeSwitch var/lib. That's the one we just did. Yep. Right, so we've got the lib done. Now we want the scripts. So we want to rm-fr/users/share. Actually, it's not going to be there. Oh, yeah, it is. Right. That might well not be there on yours. I've just been doing a practice run beforehand. And that's probably why that's there. But on a brand new install, that wouldn't normally be there. So we will now untar that -z FreeSwitch scripts.tgz-c, and we're going in /usr share FreeSwitch, and now we are going to chown it up. I'm just wondering, did I do the var/lib permissions? Yeah. Checking. Yeah. Right, so now we want to do that for the scripts directory. Chown -r www data/user/share FreeSwitch, and we can just do it at that. We want it at the FreeSwitch level anyway. Okay, and then we have got the etc FusionPBX, so that wouldn't exist normally, but we'll just rm-fr it in case it does. So etc/FusionPBX. Oh yeah, that would exist on a new install. Right, so tar-zxvf FusionPBX etc -c to/etc, and now we want to chown -r www data/etc/FusionPBX. That's that one done, and that just leaves us finally with a web one. So we will rm-fr/var/www/FusionPBX. That's gone, and now we will tar-zxvf FusionPBX web.tgz, and we're outputting that to var/dub. And now we'll chown that up as well. wdata/var/www/FusionPBX. Right, so we have done our files, we have changed the permissions. All we've got to deal with now is the database. So let's pull that across now from the other box. So we'll scp root at 81.50.218/TMP/FusionPBX.SQL, and we're putting it on the same file here. That should be good. Right, that could potentially be quite a big one for you as well if you've got loads of CDRs and stuff like that. So we now want to SU into Postgres, right, and PSQL it, and we've already got an existing DB in here, remember, from the FusionPBX installs. Forget what you're seeing here. At this point, when you're seeing this, probably alarm bells ringing. Oh, we didn't bring the FreeSwitch DB across. Well, no, we don't have a FreeSwitch DB. There's actually nothing in it. It's literally just a placeholder for at a later date if you did want to move FreeSwitch core DBs into Postgres. But by default, that is in SQLite, and that is the DB folder that you saw in varlib FreeSwitch/DB. Right, so what we need to do is we need to drop database FusionPBX, which we're just doing. We are on the destination. Yep, that's gone, and immediately recreate it. Now something I just forgot to do there, so we'll just quit out of that and we'll make note of this. Can I do it from here? more/etc/FusionPBX config.php. What we're looking for here, we want the password that was set on the old system that's set in a config file. So we'll grab that up now and back into PSQL we'll go. Connect to FusionPBX, and we don't need to connect to FusionPBX. So we say alter user FusionPBX with password, and we put it in single quotes, that one we had, and semicolon. It should say alter role. That's done. So we've got the password there done now. And we've got a nice empty FusionPBX database. And so now we do a PSQL FusionPBX with the little less than sign to pipe in from it /tmp/FusionPBX.sql. That'll pull in the database there, create the tables, etc, etc, etc. So we can now exit out of that. That should be us done and dusted. We will, just for the sake of it, we don't really need to do this. I think I've got everything covered there. Quick look at my notes, everything's cool there, and now we're going to reboot and wait for it to come back up. It'll come back up very quick because this is just a Proxmox container, this. Oops. Come on, boot me out. What's going on here? Bear with me. I know what I've done. I've got myself failed to ban by just pressing that enter key. I'll be back right with you. Right, it was as I thought. I've been failed to ban because I kept pressing the enter key there when there wasn't any username on. Open it, chuck me out and ask me for a username. Right, so we're back up now. PSOX should show everything running. We've got a FreeSwitch running. I didn't actually need to get into the GUI anyway, did I? What am I doing? So if I ifconfig now, this is our new IP address, and we'll crack that open in a browser. What I want to show you here though is, so everything's hunky-dory now, we're up and running. Now we may be tempted to go and log in like that, and that's just not going to work. And the reason is that the way that FusionPBX does its authentication is behind the scenes it tags this onto the username. Now this is not, we haven't got a user admin at this, we've actually really got admin at 81.150 192.35.218, and so that will catch you out, or catch most people out anyway. So now we're logged in, and what you'll notice is if we're looking at advanced domains here, that yes indeed that is the domain. That is the domain that's got a user in it called admin. And so at this point what we want to do is we actually go into advanced domains, and we can rename that domain now to 192.168.1.157. Save that. And now if we log out, now I'll just do a refresh, and now we should be able to just log in with the admin account. Right, and that's basically it. One thing to bear in mind is if your box was previously behind NAT, say for example on this new box now, the other one was on a public IP address, but on this box now we're behind NAT, and so what we would probably potentially want it to do here is in our SIP profiles, if we were behind NAT previously, we may well have set our EXTIP to a fixed value here, and so don't forget to change those as well. The only thing I want to add here really is that you didn't see, and I want to show you, is on Debbie and Jesse, when you see me pull them files, by default I was logging in as root. Now in a lot of Jesse installations, I know you guys have got VPSs and deads out on the internet might well have a root login or whatever, but for convenience I wanted to be able to pull them files by SSH rather than having to mess about and with other usernames and putting them in different directories. So temporarily I allowed root password login, so I'll put that back now, but I'll show you also where you change that, and that's the file sshd.config, and there's a permit root login yes there that I had set temporarily for this that I'm now going to put back, and it did say without password. And so this might be one of the first things you need to do to allow yourself to SSH anyway as root. I'm going to just service SSH restart, and that's back to where it was before. Can't log in now with root. If I try and log in with root, it'll just fail me from the other server. Anyway, I hope that's helped you a bit, and that's how to move a FusionPBX server from one piece of physical hardware to another. If I've missed anything, make sure you comment, but I think I've got it all. Cheers, thanks for watching, catch you next time.